In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
I've been telling y'all that a RICO case was coming with radio.
Right.
We just skipped over that.
No, I mean, you didn't really want to speak on it.
Now.
You didn't really, you alluded to it. You kind of flirted with it. And then,
Now we moving here, the sirens moving slowly, move out quiet. We can slide them, hit them cracks, then we riding. Back to counting money, daily planning.
It is a word that evokes many emotions in people. It's a derogatory racial remark that has divided people for many years.
Well, I was just flirting.
WHAS 11's defender Renee Murphy investigates. What happened and why in this story you'll only see on 11.
Your reading skills were on display.
Yeah.
You read our board. Now, I'm not going to say what's up there.
Shit.
I'm not saying what's up there.
We do want to warn you that some of the language in this story is strong, and it may offend you, it may offend some other people.
See it. He didn't see it.
We didn't see it. Now, Aggie.
hey, Thug, that was
he
cat.
said with a straight face to Big. Did you see Banks' face when he's? Well, I was just flirting.
And you don't have to say it either.
I can't. I just saw what y'all wrote. I don't know anything about that shit.
And what did he say specifically to you?
Well, I was just flirting.
Teacher says that Keyshawn used the N-word first.
And I just kind of was stunned a second. Well, then get away from the door, nigga. And I repeated the same insult because that's sort of what I've been trained to do.
Well, I was just flirting.
I don't know. I don't be on the internet, man.
It says that redacted says nigga.
Well, I was just flirting.
Look at his face.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
It's fine.
Hey, Thug, that was
he
cat.
said with a straight face to Big. Did you see Banks' face when he's? Well, I was just flirting.
We'll talk about it when you leave. What else is in?
Hey, Thug, that was
He
cat.
said with a straight face to Big. Did you see Banks' face when he's? Well, I was just flirting.
Dawson says that students use the slang version of the N-word at Valley High School all the time. He says N-I-G-G-E-R is a racial slur, but says that students use N-I-G-G-A as often as they'd say dude or hey man. And Dawson says as much as he does not like the word, he still used the slang version to feel more comfortable with black students.
Well, I was just flirting.
Why is this word used so frequently? So I just don't understand it, and I'm trying to understand it.
Nigger and nigga.
I need help. Yes, I use nigga. I've used it.
Well, I was just flirting.
I admit it. I put the H on it to emphasize it's nigga. That, you know, nigga this, nigga please, nigga. You know, can you lend a nigga a pencil?
What kind of example are you setting for your students if you use a word that you don't want them to use?
Upon reflection, that's not good.
But we didn't really go into it.
I wanted to wait for the full report to actually come out.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a long day for some of you guys.
How long of a day?
I got a glance at some of that paperwork. There's some crazy fucking names in there.
I will never say any form of nigga. I'm cured of that.
Well, I was just flirting.
Yeah, I ain't playing around. I ain't playing around with you niggas. Anyway. I'm gonna land with this.
There's some crazy fucking names in there.
It is.
Like, I know a lot of y'all government names now. I felt like Whack 100. Like, I was having a paperwork party. I was like, they was in on it too? And wait, that's his real name?
But what does this mean, though? Like, for music?
Never, always pushing for the doubt. Hit a left and a right fist right to their mouth. I was never cocky figure till I started stacking figures. How you make a cocky nigga give him all the traffic? Always humble, but I got a couple bad habits. Set the numbers adding zeros to these mathematics. Get you talking different, walking like you gang banging.
Salute to the gang, salute to the Ville. Litty Reacts, we back to it on another 30 for 30. Only on this one, we stepping into the courtroom. And ladies and gentlemen of the Ville, I would like to present to you our very first case. These cases are building up. I got 30 of these for the next 30 drops on Litty Reacts. And the first one I got for y'all is R365, 367, the case of Rory. The radio informant says the N-words. And ladies and gentlemen of the court, I need to get something before we get into this radio RICO talk. We need to address, you know what I'm saying, one thing in the, you know what I'm saying, that uncomfortableness in the room, you know what I'm saying, because I did address Fantano on this, but I do want to lay a difference. Listen, Rory, let me tell you this. You get that one, alright? You get that one. Alright? Because I do understand. I don't think you're racist. I don't think this you bro, like, come on. You blacken them all. You blacken them all. I'm just gonna say it. The way that Maul been dick sucking these last couple of years. He's lost his card. You know what I'm saying? And you got your visitor's pass, you know what I'm saying? But listen, I gotta tell you something. Just because we give you the pass, just because we give you the N-word pass, don't mean that you can, you know what I'm saying? You can't use it when you know what I'm saying? But you got it off. You get that one, alright? Because it's not similar to the Fantano. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I do want to make you understand that, you know what I'm saying, Rory is an Irish man, alright? And if y'all know, like, they practically like the white, you know what I'm saying? Like, they the white those, you know what I'm saying? Like, so just Rory, you get that one, alright? We don't give Fantano that. Fantano looked like a whole KKK, you know what I'm saying, skinhead, you know what I'm saying? Like, he looked like he was in the movie, you know, in the movie, he was the guy that was about to stomp the dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was that guy. Drop a like, drop a comment, hit that hype button, alright, ladies and gentlemen of the court. Now that we got that settled, alright, because listen, I'm not gonna sit here and bang out on Rory, because we got real things to talk about. Because Rory always wants to get ahead of things. And I realized today why I always had an issue with Rory. See, lately, Rory's been coming off like the reasonable one, right? And this whole Drake ordeal and all that, he's usually the side, like, he's the voice of reason. He done flipped. Like, back in the Joe days, I used to like, get annoyed with Rory. Like, damn, like, this, he's so, like, he's just a white boy that hung around a bunch of hood motherfuckers. Like, that's what I knew Rory as. You know, and fine, sometimes we need the white boys. But remember, you guys used to be the passport bros. Now y'all done turn into the RICO boys. Y'all are just informants. Y'all just want to be informants so bad. But then we need us not forget that y'all were the ones, you know what I'm saying? Y'all kind of like started putting the word payola out here. Now, anybody that dealt in the industry or was involved in music, they understand payola. It's been around forever. Forever. Rory, this is nothing new under the sun. All this RICO talk, all this stuff like that. This payola shit, it's nothing new under the sun. So you applying the word RICO to payola, it's like, yo, does Drake really, like, Y'all understand why I made such a big deal, why there's been a big deal made out of this whole Drake lawsuit. For one, the dude is not from over here, so for him to sit there and try to mitigate our freedom to say whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that you try to limit what we say in a diss record, or you just mad and upset because you took an L for the very first time in your whole career, you were no longer babied, and Maul is your new best friend. You won't give none of these guys interviews, but they seem to save you. They seem to be, you know what I'm saying, save your ass, or try to. And Rory, I can see that you still have to be a part of the team, right? You don't want to lose your visitors pass. So you must have to agree. You must have to spin this shit. You are literally the guy that was always trying to like tell us something. Always. That's why you're annoying. That's why Charlemagne is annoyed with you. That's why Envy is annoyed with you. And it's not like I'm sitting here and I'm like caping for genuine dudes. They got their own shit. They got their own shit. But y'all been on some fuck shit. Y'all been falling off. Y'all do this shit for the clicks and the views, because I'm going to break it down. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you Exhibit A. Ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom, I want you to understand that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this shit. Understand me. Yes, Rory. Payola exists. It's existed forever. You said it in your clip, right? It's existed forever. But I'm going to give you Exhibit A. I'm going to let y'all speak, alright? I'm going to let y'all speak.
It is.
Like, I know a lot of y'all government names now. I felt like Whack 100. Like, I was having a paperwork party. I was like, they was in on it too? And wait, that's his real name?
But what does this mean, though? Like, for music?
I mean, I think it's not just with the radio companies. Obviously, iHeart, which we're on, being one of the biggest conglomerates of all time. I can speak for myself. I've definitely taken Payola. So, I mean, we may end up being in this case as well. Like, all our opinions up here are bought. They pay us for them, which is directly funneled through iHeart, so we can get a tax break. So we will probably be on that stand as well. Cuffed to DJ. Never mind.
No, get into your bag. Don't say
ladies,
now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom, I give you Exhibit A. This not only displays the corniness that I remember from back in the Joe days that Rory has, them dry ass. Can I get some crickets, please? Them dry ass jokes. Like, can I please get some crickets? Because them shit was dry. Rory, you have always been the driest one in the room. You are the corny white guy. But you just, man, you dress cool enough, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're the guy that we invite to the parties because you're the one that brings the liquor, gang. You know how to bring the people. You are the passport, bro. Remember? We ain't look to you for none of these, you know what I'm saying? For the comedy. You never was funny. You just never was funny. You may have had a couple of jabs here and there, but you've never been funny, gang. So this little skit that you did, ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom, this is not only, this is what we also call projection, because, see, these guys were known, like I said before in my opening statement, these guys, right, these guys were known for taking Payola at the end of every Joe Budden show. They sat there and listened to songs, and some of these songs were trash. And this will come to a point later down the line, but I just want to say some of these songs were trash, and they would hype these songs up, and then people would bring to the claim saying, hey, somebody's paying. So yes, he might be trying to do a caricature or maybe a skit of sorts, on DJ Envy and the Breakfast Club, considering that they are part of iHeartMedia. And yes, Charlemagne the God may be on some fuck shit. Let's just be honest. Sometimes you wonder he a little zesty, you know what I'm saying? You be wondering why he be on the shit that he be doing. But hey, Charlemagne, you can flip one way or the other way. DJ Envy be out here doing scams, and yes, that's his personal life. We do not judge DJ Envy for being a cuck of the radio industry. We do not judge that. But what we do judge is sitting here watching you guys sitting there trying to play Mr. I want to be a comedian. I want to be funny. I want to be ha 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 when y'all were taking money. Rory, nobody ever knew you niggas. Don't you got a band that nobody listens to? Are you still trying to get off Oranges or some shit like that? Ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom, I give you Exhibit B.
Oh, you there? Don't walk it back.
Please, just bleep the name.
Just go.
I'm joking. I'm not here to indict anyone. But yes, the RICO, from my understanding, is labels not only just doing payola, which for those people that don't know, payola is when companies or people will pay DJs or radio executives, or shit, they can pay the janitor at the radio station, give them money so that someone can play a record. Now, payola's been around since the inception of radio. That's why it's illegal, because they had to monitor it. We've known that's been going on. The bigger part of this radio RICO shit is the money laundering portion of it, which is an extreme version of what payola would be. Funneling a bunch of money into radio so a record can continue to play, yes, payola. But then when the radio station is setting the price higher than anyone else to funnel it back to the label, now you are, by definition, laundering money.
Right.
You're putting money out.
Ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom, I would like to call bullshit, 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 bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom, for those that don't understand the business side of what payola brings and all this, let me break it down for you. Labels, managers, and even indie investors have always spent money to get an artist record played. Alright? Whether it could be illegal, it could be, you know what I'm saying, sometimes it's routed through promotional budgets, consultants, whatever the case may be. No matter what, you're paying to play. No matter what, you're paying to play. You want your artist to be put out there. That's why they say you have to invest in yourself. That's why they say, hey, when you take these deals, some of these guys have taken these 360 deals just so that they can get the check, so that they can get their music heard, because they understand what that brings. 360 deals only become a 360 deal when your shit flops and you are not hitting the money that they thought that you were going to hit. Just like in anything. Only in this industry, ladies and gentlemen, it's not, you don't have to have the greatest jump shot to get in, and you know what I'm saying, they take care of you. It's not, you know what I'm saying, you got the best tackle, you know what I'm saying, you run, you know, the best, you know what I'm saying, like you run this shit in 0.8 seconds, you know what I'm saying, like you don't run a 60 in 0.8 seconds. Like, it's not that. You don't get signed for these things. You get signed for your talent to write, your talent to produce, your talent to be a creator, a creative, an artist. So things play out a little bit different here. You got to pay a little bit different here. The same way that you pay a basketball camp or a football camp when you want to come up, or you sit there to get into these shit so you could get in front of the eyes, right? It's the same thing in the music industry. Only it's a little bit more tailored. The money's a bet. Just because you paying for spins doesn't guarantee success. Plenty of flops prove that. Plenty of flops prove that. Oh, I got notes, ladies and gentlemen. I got notes. Cassie. 2006 up into the 2010s. Huge push. It's me and you. I've been in there. Before the Diddy shit. They paid the shit for that radio play. All her follow-ups flopped. Now, we could sit here and make a case for the Diddy involvement and all of that stuff flopping and the money being redirected and the money wasn't put the way that they was. But that's an example. Let's go to the male side. Jay Mills. Cash Money. Yo, Drake, you know Jay Mills, right? You came up with him. Jay Mills, the one guy why did you sign to Young Money? Why? Why did you sign to Young Money? You were the hottest artist on your own. And it all connects, gang. But Jay Mills in the Young Money era had spins funded but never broke past his buzz because he was flooded out by Drake and Nicki. You can't put everybody on at the same time. But I could put more money behind one more than the other and see what hits. I know I don't got shit. I got some shit and I know some stick. Guess what? I'm going to throw some shit at the wall and I know this one, it's certified to stick. The other ones, it might not stay. That shit might slide down. They're going to slide off. We got to clean that shit off the walls and they going to clean it up and then focus on them. We got to focus on Drake, Nicki, and Tyga. Tyga fucking flopped out. Jay Mills was never... He was just the guy to give y'all the like, let's be real. He's the one that gave you that credit. Oh shit, they got Jay Mills. All right, let's listen to everybody else that they got. That's what it was. Live through it. All right, let's go another thing. OT Genesis. Remember OT Genesis? Straight up, all the records that push. Follow up. Era crashed, bro. His whole follow-up shit crashed. What about the Panda nigga? Panda. Same thing. Mims, this is why I'm hot. Same thing. One hit wonders. All these heavy promo budgets, low return. Proving money doesn't guarantee success. It does not guarantee staying power. It does not guarantee none of that. They could funnel a damn record for 30,000 spins on the radio. If it don't hit, it don't hit. Just because you say it's hot, watch the numbers follow the weeks to follow. We watching that shit with Drake right now. I don't care what anybody's saying. We watching that shit with Drake right now. You're number one guy, Maul. You're number one guy. No number ones. Matthew, no number ones. Act, you could do all the dancing to the leak. You could try to flip the leak. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? No number ones, but I digress. What about Lumi D? Same thing. Yes, I could just go for days on the people that they funded money and put money behind. And guess what? It fizzled out. They didn't get their returns. And that's when we started coming up with 360s and saying, yo, there's 360 deals in this. But how could it be a 360 if you're not getting them their return? They investing into you. So, of course, you're going to owe them money if your shit not hitting. Drake, everybody seems to forget the beginning of your career. Nobody gave you the credibility. That's why you had to get around the people that you had to get around. That's why you had to go to Houston. That's why you had to go to Atlanta. Do we not forget? Maul, do we not forget how he got here? Do we not forget that he was not respected? Maul, your family, Jay-Z, all these guys did not respect this man. They gave him the respect after the label started pumping the money. What you think Payola is? It goes across the board. It doesn't just limit itself to the radio stations. You have to now, if you're presenting that case, Rory, that there's a RICO behind this, if you're presenting that to the people, then you have to present that across the board. Because everybody pays to play. There's Payola and everything. Hey, yo, King, they got to take you to court. You were just reviewing music the other day. Hey, yo, Matthew, you run music off your memberships. They should take you to court too. That's all considered payola by the definition that we just saw in Exhibit B. And the exhibits that I presented thus far. But let us continue. Okay? I give you guys Exhibit C.
It's getting clean, no taxes there, and then it's coming back to you as a profit.
Yeah.
That is money laundering.
Absolutely.
So yeah, this isn't just a DJ. Some guy from East New York was hanging outside the Hot 97 office with a brown paper bag and was like, yo, my man's rap. Here's 20K.
No, this is not
it's not Hove, Dame, and your brother giving Flex champagne baskets or everyone at the radio station.
Right.
It's not labels paying for DJ crews to go to the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
This is legitimately a RICO money laundering situation between the three major labels.
Now, ladies and gentlemen of the court, I would like to say, man, oh man, Rory, do you sound stupid and you are self-snitching? I can see that you have that informant behavior gene inside of you. It is so strong and it is resonating. And when I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, projection, You just listed a whole bunch of things that constitute the same thing as payola, bribery. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me grease you up a little bit. I got this artist, you know what I'm saying, that I want you to listen to. What do you think all that is? It's part of the game. And y'all are fucking up the game. That's what y'all doing. And that's why we saying we clown y'all. That's why we saying we call it out. It's no hate. You guys are literally fucking up the game for everybody else. Just a bunch of losers, alright? Niggas that going down in views, motherfuckers that don't got it no more, alright? You, Drake, Mo, all y'all, like y'all all falling off. It's like the kid that literally keeps losing basketball game after basketball game after basketball, and he brought the ball. So now you want to take his ball and go home and be a bitch ass nigga. Do you understand that this payola, if it doesn't work out, you lose the investment. If it does work out, if it generates like the chart positions, the touring demand, the label buy-in, and whoever put up the initial cash, they recoup it like any other investor. That's what they're doing. When you bring up this RICO angle shit, a RICO case usually requires showing an organized crime-like structure where multiple people conspire in an ongoing enterprise to defraud or launder. This is a gray area shit. Bro, this is a gray market of influence. Just because you pay for spins, the flipping access to labels, it's shady, but that's not illegal. Like it may be illegal like allegedly. There's a bunch of allegedlys. But it's what you need to get these artists off, or else we need to go back to SoundCloud, BandLab, all of that, and you guys are not gonna pump that. Let's be clear. You gonna pump whatever the label giving you. You gonna pump whatever the money putting up. If Drake's sitting there, you just had academics just talk about Drake sitting there talking about, yo, the reason why he not getting no radio spins is because he doesn't have a radio team to put the money up. Even academics is calling you out on your bullshit, Rory. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, at the end of the day, radio spins, playlists, podcasts, blogs, TikTok, Instagram, all the promotions, they run off of some form of pay to play, even here on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, name it all. The difference is just in how clean or dirty the pipeline looks. So while he calls it a radio RICO, it's really just the same ecosystem repackaged and recycled, Rory. Because we talked about in the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, we spoke on the flops, maybe some examples. We gave you examples early on some of the flops, but let's give you some examples of some of the wins. In the last year, we've seen Kendrick and Drake. They have been a topic of discussion for the last betterment of the year. A lot of bot talk, a lot of things have been exposed, a lot of weird things have taken place that we have never seen in beefs happen before. We've never seen somebody be on a 10 to 15 plus year run, alright, to then sit there and be sat down by somebody that only comes out every so often because his drops are strategic, his drops are cultural, his drops are going to be studied in college courses for the rest of time, while the other guy is just a plant that's been put here, because it breathes nice and it delivers nice and the delivery's okay. And it's like, okay, my boy, your time has expired. And he couldn't handle his expiration date. So now, instead of him going away and trying to figure out a way to come up with some new product, he's still coming out trying to pump out last year's flow. You got academics dancing, last year's flow. I don't believe none of it. You in court, I don't believe none of it. You suing, I don't believe none of it. Drake, I'll give you that though. You had an early cash money, universal push, records are boosted heavily, urban radio. You cross-play. Not even gonna lie, once the fans connected, you got one hell of a fanatic fan base, gang. Like, it is literally fanatic fans, like fanatical fans. Like, you have to double up the word because that's how much, bro. They look at you, it's a cult, it's borderline cult. It's a borderline cult. But if you didn't think that you needed the payola to sustain this shit, You are wrong, but we'll get back to that. Rory, we will get back, ladies and gentlemen of the court, we will get back to that. Let's take Kendrick. TDE, Interscope, invested in a strong promo in the beginning for Good Kid, Mad City. Radio spins, strategic placements, swimming pools, poetic justice. That took him off, right? But the storytelling, the cultural weight, that's what kept him from being just another Payola act. The fact that he came from that kept him from being just another Payola act. It was in him to do this, so that Payola is just a part of the game at that point. It's part of the game. If Drake never took it to a lawsuit, his L would have been just part of the game. Drake, you could have gone away. It would have been just part of the game. You would have came back. We would have been having a whole different set of conversations. But no, you played the victim, and now you're trying to come back, trying to play the tough guy when you got a whole active case. Rory, you trying to say Drake is the cause of this radio RICO and all these, man, you trying to be an informant. You trying to be an informant. Cardi B, stripper. Cardi B the stripper. Oh, Cardi B, I've seen you a couple of times, shorty, before you was big time in New York. You know what I'm saying? I saw you a couple of times, you know what I'm saying? Twerking before the Offset days, before there was, Bodak Yellow. And we remember Bodak Yellow was organic. That shit was off a mixtape. Traction, Atlantic saw the spark. They dumped the promo money into it. Radio, playlist, amplified the shit. They didn't create the wave. They just added to it. They just made sure the wave turned into a tsunami, and you see what Cardi B is now. What she's taking off to be now. Post Malone. I'll give you a Rory like, you know what I'm saying, a look-alike, you know what I'm saying? Post Malone, Republic. Big money behind White Iverson. Big money. That shit was playing like it was like modern day listening to Eminem on MTV all day. You know what I'm saying? Playing. Hi, my name is. It was White Iverson all day on the radio all day. But again, these are people that all, you know what I'm saying? They come. It's organic to them. They are organically that. That's them. Post Malone was able to transcend and do, and look who we have now. So those were returns on investments. They get into their deals, they get out of their deals, and they transcend to the next thing. I don't know what Cardi B's deal is, but we just saw with Kendrick. We see what Post Malone is. Drake is the only stupid ass that has been tied to deal after deal after deal after deal, and y'all been babying this motherfucker for so long that's why he feels like he can get the shit off that he can right now. Rory, it's people like Drake that you see getting that shit off, that now you feel like, hey, you know what, I could play this informant card. We could get views off of this. You literally reminded me, and watching this, why I was so annoyed with you back in the Joe days. Because I can sit here and see all the Drake fans and all of that talking about, oh, just Drake did that, Drake did that. Drake came in as a known actor from Degrassi, alright? Which gave him the visibility and industry ties before the music. Alright? From day one, Cash Money, Young Money, Universal poured money, not just for spins, but features, cosigns, Wayne, Nicki, Kanye, Jay, Rihanna. Do you you want me to keep going? 21, Offset, Migos, we keep going. He needed all that to stay who he was. Let's cut all that shit out. Let's introduce something that we call sound shaping. Alright? Where they label strategically paired him with hot producers and songwriters and artists, ensuring that he tapped into each fucking era. Like, this is what are we doing here? He had hot summers. There's a reason why he never had a classic. There's a reason why he never had a classic album. Y'all niggas can't even figure out which one's your favorite album. You don't know which writers you're fucking relating to. It doesn't hit the same as a Nas. I don't like Jay-Z, but some of y'all, it don't hit the same as Jay-Z, right? Don't hit the same as a Pac. Don't hit as a Big L. Don't hit as none of the people that we grew up on. Don't hit the same as none of these people that he's sitting there want to fucking lay claim to. Take their jewelry, buy their fucking their products, and wear them around like he a little diva, living his dreams, you know what I'm saying? Like, Brody, create your own lanes, but you can't create your own lane because they're not yours. They never been. You just been riding and recycling. And you did it very well till somebody exposed it. Cat Williams said it was good. This shit gonna get exposed. Everybody gonna get exposed. What y'all thought? That wasn't gonna come into the music industry? Y'all thought that the weirdness was not gonna pop off with all this shit going off? Ladies and gentlemen of the court, do you not see what's going on? Then he went to jail. Drake got exposed, and literally we are seeing footage of this guy, compilations of this guy being a weirdo. He's literally on streams with kids that you could be coaching. If you were a regular guy, you'd be coaching these kids. If you were a regular guy, you'd be weird for hanging around these kids because of their age. The age difference would be weird, but we don't say it's weird because it's Drake. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a time where Ray J was just in a stream with Kai Cenat with a whole fucking hard on, and the guy was walking around making these kids feel uncomfortable, and this guy's double their age. You can't tell me that this is not wrong, and these guys are not fucked. Payola runs all of this shit. We wouldn't have none of these weirdos if somebody else did not put the money up for us to see them. And they were weird enough to do whatever it took to get to that point. So stop with the clickbait shit. Y'all show is dead. It's dying. Se está muriendo. Se está muriendo. You couldn't avoid a Drake hit back in the day, bro. You couldn't avoid that shit. Payola. Even his daddy that he's suing literally said they put over $400 million into the boy, and that's just them. How much money did everybody else put into him? He's the one that literally was glad to tell everybody, hey, yo, I could walk into any label and they give me whatever. But they owe you? Drake took an L to Kendrick, and I'm going to say that every time, emphatically. Just like Rory and Maul still feel a way that they got fired invisibly to Joe Budden. And have not done nothing with their shit. Nothing. They literally had a good run for the first couple of years, and I have not. Bro, I just started watching y'all to clown y'all, and I fell off watching y'all again. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't even tell you that I watch these guys like that. I can't cook them that much because they bore me. It's all boring. It's all boring. I be falling asleep. You want to fall asleep? Watch Rory and Maul. You want to fall asleep? Just listen to them because it's boring. They got nothing to say. Unless you hear them say, nigga.
Never. Always pushing for the doubt. Hit a left and a right fist right to their mouth. I was never cocky figure till I started stacking figures. How you make a cocky nigga give him all the traffic? Always humble, but I got a couple bad habits. Adding numbers, adding zeros to these mathematics. Get you talking different, walking like you gang banging.